A couple months ago, I started getting this feeling that I'd die young. I'm not especially unhealthy. I have the usual stressors at work. Yet here I was in my 30s with a feeling that definitely felt like a bad omen. Hey everyone, don't worry, this video doesn't get any more depressing than it already did. Instead, I want to tell you about my journey going from being anxious about an early death to being excited about living healthy. And I hope that it makes you reconsider that health is hard and take some steps to living your healthiest life. The trigger. We live in a world where health is not easy. It's complicated and expensive and often at odds with our daily activities. On one hand, you have an unregulated market of health checkups where you're shopping with little guidance and many bad options. On the other hand, doctors can focus too narrowly on medicine and not enough on health overall. Medicine is getting way better at preventing the major killers like diabetes, heart disease, cancer, but we don't do enough to figure out how to live healthy. For example, in my old age, I might want to travel, host dinner parties, go on walks, have sex, lift up my grandchildren. But will I be fit enough to do that? Routine visits to the doctors don't really discuss this or tell what to do. So I decided to take matters into my own hands. I decided to DIY my own health checkup, inspired by Dr. Peter Attia, the author of the book Outlive. I decided to check my cardiac health and my metabolic health, as well as my strength, my cardiorespiratory fitness, sleep for cognitive and mental health. I can prevent the major killers, but if I'm not healthy enough to enjoy life towards the end of my life, then that's not something that I wanted. I did a battery of tests, which were more personalized to me and safer than the tests that I saw in the market. I did do some redundant tests, but I'm a numbers guy and I wanted to see what those numbers would say. Plus, I also went to see how the cost would ultimately compare to the standard checkups in the market. The tests that I got were from 3 different places: Orange Health, ThyroCare, and Aster. My experiences getting these tests were actually very smooth. Orange Health and ThyroCare just came to my house and collected the samples. They even worked with me to adapt some of the tests that I wanted to adapt. And my booking experience with Aster for the DEXA scan was seamless. I got the results within a couple hours. I'm sharing the tests, each one of them, as well as the results, open source, to share transparently how much it costs, where I got those, and how I got those. And if you have some suggestions on things that I missed or interpretations that I'm getting wrong, I'd love to hear from you. The total cost of the test that I got was 18,000 rupees. It could have easily been half that price, or even just 2,000 to 3,000 rupees if I wasn't so intent on trying to get some more numbers around the same spheres of health. I learned that on all spheres of my health that I was tracking, I was either off track or at risk. In cardiac health especially, I realized that I had a genetic risk factor for increased risk. After discussing with my doctor, I decided to start a class of medications called statins to help reduce my cholesterol and my cardiac risk factors. In cardiorespiratory fitness, sleep, and strength, I've chosen only a few key metrics to track and improve, which are linked to that long-term health span. I'm giving myself flexibility to exercise in different ways as long as these numbers improve. And this is way better from before, when the only right way to exercise felt like lifting bigger weights or running longer distances. Now, with these things tracked, I can feel a sense of progress on a week-to-week or sometimes daily basis and get that sense of reward. And with some simple wearables or smart devices, I'm able to track many of these automatically in the background. For me, health has now become about protecting myself from the obvious killers and keeping myself fit enough to also be able to enjoy my old age. I'm realizing that I can watch and manage my health risks, and that keeping myself fit doesn't have to be complicated, or that doing all of this does not have to be expensive. Life will hopefully not anymore get in the way of my health, and I hope it doesn't for you too. Check out the sheet that I've shared. I would love to hear your comments and feedback, and if you like any of the videos that you see and this one, please follow, subscribe to the channels, and thanks so much for listening.